Hello. Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to Diffusions. My name's Chris. I'll be one of your MCs tonight.
Hello, my name is Ethan. I'm your other MC for tonight. And welcome to Diffusions, y'all! Hi, this Diffusion series is usually comprised of artists who decide to perform their own songs that they make, and they want to perform here live, and in front of an audience like you guys. And this term in particular, we have many of our graduating seniors in music tech production performing their own thesis here on the stage tonight. And since there are many artists here tonight, we will have very varied amount of music styles, and I hope you enjoy every single one. There is a QR code up on the screen, and that will take you to the program for tonight. Please silence your cell phones. We do not want to hear whether you have an Android or Apple phone. Please.
If you are taking one of the MTP classes and you're here for a grade, we're going to have the sign-ups on stage at the end, so just make sure you do that.
We have directions for every single class that's required to be here. Anyways, we will have Chris introduce our first performance of the night.
Okay, so as Ethan said, this Diffusions term is a little bit different. Instead of everyone submitting and having a jumble of performances, Diffusions this term is a thesis showcase, and the first senior that we will be highlighting tonight is Tyson Belsick. Most of us know him as the drummer from Fireball Offense. He's been playing drums for 16 years, if you could believe that. But luckily tonight we'll get to hear him sing a little bit, so that'll be super fun. It's gonna be fire. A bull offense. Okay. Thank you.
Are you able to describe your work in 2 words?
Definitely loud and imperfect. I think it's important to be able to, be human in your work.
Yeah.
When we listen to recordings of songs online, it's, maybe the 50th take of a thing and it sounds perfect. There's no mistakes. I think it's important to be able to show people that, musicians are just people.
Yeah.
We're not this idol of perfection. We do what we do because we love doing it. And if that comes with mistakes here and there, I think that's very important to highlight.
Yeah, I think the aspect of perfection in performance is something that's developed over time. Because when I listen to old music, you can hear little imperfections in a band, and it just sounds human.
Yeah, absolutely.
Personal.
Well, I think especially in intimate acoustic guitar recording, you'll hear the fret slides. You'll hear when they flub a note and they don't quite get it to ring out as much. But it adds that humanistic element. People know it's some guy or some girl playing that acoustic guitar. They're just sitting there by themselves, playing music. And I think that's a very important aspect that we've kind of gotten away from, especially as, intense production has become more of a mainstay and stuff. We want everything to be perfectly on the metronome, if you play with that, or perfectly on beat, sound wonderful. But I don't know, I think the actual performance aspect of it is more important.
Funny Something that he's don't bring come on, just have fun. And when the story's over, there's so much left to say. And then your life's not forfeit. I'm leaving it behind. Out of the night you'll find the stars out on the way. The moon is right to hear us howling for the day. Well, we can die since I can't do this for myself. Well, when things like this hunger feeding as it may. Story's finished, but there's something left to say. Join down, your life's now over. I'm saying we hunt until we die. Out of the night you'll find the clouds out on the way. The moon is bright, you'll hear us howling for the day. Awake in darkness, I can feel this for myself. Well, as we fight this hunger, feeding as it may.
What piece of advice would you give to new artists?
Don't be afraid to do what you want to do, you know, I feel like I said before, with commodification, everybody's trying to fit into a certain box of what's going to work, you know, and there's an element of that obviously with marketing and promotion, but in terms of the raw music itself, you don't try to sound like anybody else just because you think it's going to be popular or perform well, because at the end of the day, most of it is luck. There's a lot of variables you can shift and change in your favor, but at the end of the day, there's a large part of what goes into becoming popular is just you get lucky, or you know somebody, or you have that connection. So just don't put too much pressure on yourself, especially starting out. Just keep going, you know, just keep making what you want to make, and everything will fall into place.
You really think you know someone, but then you find that that's so fake. No, you say it, don't you? Never get another minute. You really think you know someone.
Yeah. How can I be anyone other than myself? How can I find a little heaven up in my hell? Don't know where I'm going, I just hope it goes well. Devil calling, I just fell under his newest spell. Wars with myself, trying to battle for peace. But sometimes what you need isn't the thing that you see. I don't do this for the clout, the change of the fame. Trying to reflect and accept, not regret who I became. But sometimes I don't even wanna look at myself. Pass the judgment like I'm trying to throw the book at myself. Still too low for the belt, but is it pointless with help? Tears made of memories, goes with drowning in wealth. Inhaling my faith, mixing talent with faith. Having a hard time eating, there's still a lot on my plate. These blessings that I'm receiving from the day to day fulfill a soul I'ma hold till it fades away. Walking aimlessly through the valley of death, I know I get a little closer with every breath. Cause time waits for no man, woman, and dream. Figure we die as soon as we figure out what it means. I guess it's kinda humorous in a sense. Innocence gets taken under the guise of trying to see what's next. Sometimes you wake up, sometimes you crash and burn. We get older every day as the world turns. We get older every day as the world turns. We get older every day as the world turns. Those who wait, but great things come to those with no time to waste. Put my head down for a second and everything changed. How can there be a problem but yet no one to blame? Trying to stay in my lane, no I can't go back. Pushing 90 in the rain, hope that I don't crash. But my heart galloping like the horses in the rover. Will I still have to drive if I blow up the motor? I still close my eyes, visualize the crowd. Sleepwalking day to day, my mind clinging to clouds. Put my feet on the ground, I can't defy gravity on top of Sisyphus' hill, bitch, that's where I plan to be. Cause even when the odds against you, even if you don't feel the love, I have to pretend to. Everyone's on a path, I know this for sure. 1,000 miles on this earth, you deserve the world. You deserve the world. got Will on the guitar, man. Crazy. Thanks.
What is your favorite element of the music process?
Probably when I'm done with it. Just because looking back on it, the final product, it's like, damn, I made that and it sounds pretty good. So, yeah.
Yeah. What piece of advice would you give to a new artist?
Take it slow. Don't get too frustrated because you are going to run into a lot of bumps. And it's not gonna go well the first time, and that's okay. You just gotta learn from your mistakes, learn your lessons, and it'll come to you eventually. Yeah, definitely learn to take your breaks.
How has the thesis process changed how you approach making music?
I've learned to spread out my time, dedicate the right amount of time to the right things. Sometimes I find myself focusing too much on one thing and it ends up slowing me down. So sometimes I just need to learn to move on or just come back to it another time. Don't try to force anything.
What artists or bands inspire you in the music that you write?
I have a really wide range of inspiration. Old, like jazz, like Grover Washington Jr. is one of my favorites. Herbie Hancock, I used to play along to an album of his music that didn't have like the horn to it. The G-Funk era of hip hop, it's like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Tupac and like the West Coast whole thing. I was in school the first time, and that's what I like to listen to. Back then it was like CNC Music Factory and like dance music that got you out into the clubs to have fun. I'm really inspired also by different like cultural music. So when I was little, I lived in Sicily and I lived in Virginia Beach because my dad was in the Navy, and we traveled to Europe a lot. And I sometimes I want to put accordions in my music, or sometimes I want to do different sounds that aren't traditionally American because I think they sound really cool. I find it interesting to research what's behind a beat or a certain pattern and connect the dance that the people do and why they do it. So I'm also inspired by like cultural like zeitgeist or situations, not just music in itself, but like what could create a new trend or a new sound, I think is really interesting.
Let's go, Dawn. Yeah. Let's give it up for Dawn, everybody. Come
Please,
on,
everybody
man.
give it up for Dawn.
Let's get some noise. Come on.
Good service. Yeah.
Everybody's got something on their mind. Bills on the table, work for the able, kid dreams stuck on rewind. Ideals filtered through popular reels, capture fashion to meals, to underground drug deals. Maybe less is more if you don't have the means, but you gotta find somebody into buying magazines. That's right. Beaver rain strong in my home state, where I still live. Trees in the forest, up in the chorus. Shrooms help me to forgive. Hybrid chariot, circular drift, tabula rasa, lose the drama, cipher hieroglyph. If I could smoke a fat doobie, I'd probably go out more, but all the hookah bars just play that pirate movie score.
You know, it's a tough world that we live in, you know?
Yeah, it really is.
It's like there's a lot of times that be going against us, but at the end of the day, you gotta hold yourself down. If you can control yourself, you control the world.
Right, tell them, brother. Get out.
It's like I'm wide awake, but yet the world's asleep. I try to ride the wave when the nigga sings. They try to make me think before I even blink, but I know it's okay to sink. I gotta hold it down. This ship will rock, the anchor holds the ground. Create my goals and carve from the ground. I will create the pound of make a sound. I won't surround myself with no commercial sounds.
Working for the man and they take it out my hand. Working at the grocery store, see the steel food for the pole. So I had to just open up some dough. Eat some psilocybin, yeah, to open up the doors while I listen to the doors. Man, I came down and yeah, they enjoy the sound. So I keep it trippy, smoking like a hippie. Man, hold up, serve a real smoking with me. it up for Don one more time, man.
Breathe it in, hit those highs. Better days, better nights. Golden rays slipping through pale blue sky, turning pressure into algorithmic pipeline. Hold the moment, let it ride, let it settle deep inside. This is my life. I decide. Two for 50. What does it get me? Guess what? We're almost done here. You have any more to say?
Oh, yeah, man. Thanks for watching. We servers, man.
I'll take two.
Hey Joe, wasn't there a little event you wanted to?
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, if y'all ain't doing nothing Friday, Old Real Deli, 6 p.m., man, we got another show, and we're Cerberus, all caps.
Anything you gotta say, Dawn? Because we gotta give it up for Dawn. She
give it
made
up for
that
Dawn,
beat.
too.
She coordinated that. She put us on out here.
She put it on us.
Thank you. I'm out.
What element of your music would you say is most important to you?
I think the production. I think I'm a very production first kind of artist. I think like production is often an overlooked thing in music, and I think something I'd like to see more from artists is like just putting more thought into their production and like experimenting more, like pushing the boundary of like how much weird stuff you can add into your instrumentation but still have it work, you know? Because like I feel like art is about like, you know, expressing yourself, but also like pushing the boundary and seeing like what you can do. That's cool. So
Yeah. Can you describe your music in 2 words?
distorted and bright.
Okay. And what part of your thesis class did you enjoy the most?
Honestly, I just enjoyed like hearing other people's pieces. It was kind of like a full circle moment for me, like being with these people from like my freshman year and like seeing their progression to like now, like when we're seniors. I thought it was really cool. I think one of the standout ones was Liam Parda, really good rapper, really good producer. So yeah, it's dope.
What's up?
Don't tell me lies, I know it's not me that you fantasize. Steady hanging in the rear view of your mind, telling me to get out. Touch me with your sound, cause you know what this is about. Don't kiss me on the mouth, don't wanna hear my name that you calling screaming out. We'll take you to the mattress, but we'll do it on the couch. Neighbors still complaining that we doing it too loud. Put me back up on the shelf. You think of me as someone else. Love for when I hurt myself, but I still try not to melt. Dial up lover, I'ma call. I know you never gave a thought. Can you just tell me what you want? Can you tell me what you want? Can you tell me what you want? Dial up lover, I'm on call. I know you never gave a thought. Can you just tell me what you want? Can you tell me what you want? Can you tell me what you want? From the front to the backseat, we still fool around. And when you call after midnight, no one worry about me when we're close and the eyes meet. Wanna turn around? No, I wanna turn around. No, I wanna turn around, but you put me back up on the shelf. You think of me as someone else. Love for when I hurt myself, but I still try not to melt. Dial-up lover, I'm on call. I know you never gave a thought. Can you just tell me what you want? Can you tell me what you want? Can you tell me what you want? Dial-up lover, I'm on call. I know you never gave a thought. Can you just tell me what you want? Can you tell me what you want? I'm on call. Can you tell me what you want? I want to see unenthusiastic brats lick it. Tell me what you. Can you tell me what you want? Can you tell me what you want? Woo!
What artists or bands inspire you in the music that you write?
That's a great question. Michael Jackson definitely inspires me quite a bit in terms of like dancing, in terms of ferocity within some of his performances. When I was younger, definitely took a lot of inspiration from like Maroon 5, Bruno Mars. Really connected with those artists, especially since that would be what my mother would play in the radio. Especially in college, I would say Jeff Buckley would be one of my biggest inspirations. I really find his delivery very raw and honest, and it really speaks with me.
What is your favorite element of the music making process?
I would say performing tends to be my favorite part. It's always nice to get to see the crowd and to just be in the moment, and there'll be points I even look back on performances and I'll say like, oh, that one was rough. Oh, I wish I would have done this better. I wish I didn't choose this last song to end it off, right? Like there's so many different avenues for me to critique myself, but at the end of the day, what always keeps me going is just the support from the people who take time out of their day to show up, to make their love shown, and even those who weren't able to show up, but they deliver their kind regards. I think that honestly is probably my favorite part of the songwriting process.
How are we all doing tonight? Awesome. Well, before we begin, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Jeremy Haney, and I will be playing a collaborative piece that I have made with the lovely Dr. Cameron O'Connor on electric guitar. Awesome. Ready to get started? If I try to be what everyone wants of me, blame the habit. Freedom in this life can never be easy, but I'm not giving up now.
when we still have the time, right? Freedom in this life just never comes easy. No, I'm not afraid to show how my story should go. Hold 'em back down, you've been wasting the time. No apologies, we're free from your crime. And I'm older, I'll go through the pains of life, just get to it. Freedom in this life can never be easy, but I'm not giving up now. Not when we still have the time, right? Freedom in this life just never comes easy. Now I'm not afraid to show how my story should go. Comes easy. Now I'm not afraid to show how my story should go. Thank you all so much.
What element of your music would you say is most important to you?
Uniqueness. You know, I pride myself on having like a sound and sort of compositional style that kind of stands out, I think. It's also uniqueness and also kind of adherence to the sound that I'm going for each of the tracks. So the sort of crisp sound of some of those consoles are really really important for me to capture.
Are you able to describe your work in 2 words?
Very whimsical is what I would say for some of the tracks for sure, but you know, it's whimsical and chaotic, I guess. That's kind of like my vibe for a lot of my tracks, I think.
What part of the thesis class did you enjoy the most?
Honestly, just like getting to hear all of my other classmates' work and, you know, talk about that with them is really fun. Especially like some of the more unique projects like the Max patches or like the short film is just like really cool to see all my peers doing pretty cool stuff.
How has the thesis process changed how you approach making music?
I have found, so my thesis, I decided instead of doing like one theme, like a lot of people do, I tried to make as many different genres of dance music as I could in a 6-song EP. And I found that one of the best ways for me personally to create like a unique element in a song is to take techniques from a different genre and try to like apply them to whatever you're making. So like just trying to expand, I would say my biggest takeaway is try to expand your knowledge and your taste as much as possible, because you never know when like this trick from this thing will come back and be able to help you make this genre. Like I think it's really cool how that can happen. And you can't really, there's no like pathway to like be like learn this and then have it do that. Like it's just gonna happen for you and how it organically happened. I think that's a really cool byproduct of what I did for this thesis.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to see what you have
Thank
for
you.
the concert. And thank you for sitting down and talking about your project.
Thank you for interviewing me. This was super cool.
Thank you.
Corvallis. How we feeling, Corvallis? Looking at you, Josh. How you feeling? Well, that's good. Before we finish with the last two acts of the night, I want to give a huge shout out to the tech crew, Dr. Fick, Dr. Blake, and the Prac staff for helping us put this show together. Yes. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm also one of the seniors that was in thesis. I did a short film, which is in the lobby. So make sure you check that out on your way out and subscribe and like to my YouTube channel. It's at, actually, I don't think I should say my handle, but subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right. Not this last group, what am I talking about? This next group really needs no introduction. One of my personal favorites. This Asian hip hop group is a really refreshing group in a town full of indie rock bands. So I'm kind of tired of sitting up here and I really just want to listen to the music. So let's get the boys of Soju Sumo out here.
Mahal kita.
How's everyone feeling? Yeah? Feeling good? Alright. Ready to chill out for a bit? For one song? Out of 10, how relaxed is it? Just yell a random number. Woo! Hey yo. 1, 2, 3, get it.
Crystal tears of heart made of glass. It cuts me when I think of the past. And the brightest lights, they weren't made to last. When I saw you in my room, my whole world crashed.
Riding in my PT Cruiser, I don't got no time to lose. And used to think I was a loser, now I call my man a shooter. Can't keep up, it's so confusing. I can't see it's all illusion. Sometimes stuck in my delusion, still I reach my own conclusion. And I do, I got a mask. Used to write my name in cash, now I reminisce the past. Feeling like I'm running laps. Keep a lock behind the glass. No, I'm trying to make a cash. Never put my family last. Told me then I keep it fast.
Feeling alright. Go ahead, open your mind. Feeling alright. Go ahead, open your mind. Crystal tears, a heart made of glass. And it cuts me when I think of the past. And the brightest lights, they weren't made to last. When I saw you in my room, my whole world crashed. Crystal tears, a heart made of glass. And it cuts me when I think of the past. And the brightest lights, they weren't made to last. When I saw you in my room, my whole world crashed.
Shit trip like a switchback. Hit it from the back, I'm like, get back. When I stand up, they sit back. All blues like crib hats. Chewing me by the Golden Gate. Ready cruising down the interstate. Bitch, you know I'm in that jet, counting up the feta, sipping on the Minute Maid. Looking at them, know they've been afraid. When they look at how I really give me a minute just to get my sins arranged. Since the day haven't been the same. Looking at them, they still lame. About the cash, they about the fame. What it is, a hero or a man. Like Superman without the lowest lane. Baby, you my best friend. But I stay married to the game, even though I still remain the best man. But you can still grab my dick like a mic, it's intestine. Always working, never resting. I still pull up anytime just to play tag with your intestines.
Crystal tears, a heart made of glass. And it cuts me when I think of the past. And the brightest lights, they weren't made to last. When I saw you in my room, my whole world crashed. Crystal tears, a heart made of glass. And it cuts me when I think of the past. And the brightest lights, they weren't made to last. When I saw you in my room, my whole world crashed. Feeling alright. Go ahead, open your mind. Feeling
you. All right, okay, no more sad shit. This next song is called Divine. I know it's a sitting concert, but if you want to like stand up and start dancing, that'd be great. Maybe stand up in your seats. If you want to. Stand on your seats, if anyone wants to stand up. Okay, come on. Half of you. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Baby, got a little surprise. I don't mind, you know I love looking right into your eyes. Come tonight, we share a bottle of the strawberry wine, like the light. 'Cause baby girl, you make me feel so divine, so divine. Like ooh, la la la, la la. La la la.
So divine, off the sand while you drawing lines. Baby, give me brains so we're both minds. All the time in the world, but your love is timeless. Thought about giving you a ring, but you only in love with the finer things. See you up in the cup of the Chanel bag with a boy named Kevin, shit is abstract. No, it don't make sense, don't make sense. Nothing less than the best slug to the chest. Looking at you ain't no stopping me. Light my world up while your ex is copying me. The next day we waking up while you acting like you forgotten me. The smoke got you laughing like Bobby Lee. Painting on your face, you're my masterpiece.
We can go back to my place. Perfect love is sideways. Giving you all of the highways. Romance, but done my way. Baby, got a little surprise. I don't mind, you know I love looking right into your eyes. Come tonight, we'll share a bottle of the strawberry wine, my delight. 'Cause baby girl, you make me feel so divine, so divine. Like ooh, ooh. La la la, la la, la la la, la la.
Hey, we can rock to the day. Baby got back, don't know what to say. She be telling me like Cirque du Soleil, wanna be tied up with me like okay. But I gotta say, really wanna make you my main bitch. 971 number, save it. Don't be gone by the time I'm faded. Say it, gotta admit, elated. Rockin' to me, I ride a limousine. Hit the block when I clear the dock. Come over to me. Want you with anyone, only come to me. You gotta ride the pony when I get the ketamine. I don't really fuck with anyone else. Go her, him, they want under my belt. I don't need second opinions on the way that I felt. I got ice in the way that you got me to melt.
We can go back to my place. Perfect love and we sideways. Giving you all of the highways.
I got watch this shit. Watch it.
Baby, got a little surprise. I don't mind, you know I love looking right into your eyes. Come tonight, we'll share a bottle of the strawberry wine, like the light. 'Cause baby girl, you make me feel so divine, so divine. Like ooh, ooh. La la la, la la. Ooh, ooh. La la la, la la.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. We're Soju Sumo. You can find us everywhere. We love doing shows. If you have like a small, tiny little house party, just hit us up on Instagram. We go crazy. Shout out to Prax. Give another round of applause to all the amazing artists that have come up before us. Thank you. Now, who's ready for Airplane Baby? I think we're all ready for Airplane Baby, bro. Is it Airplane Baby or is it Josh and Friends? I don't know, dude. Yeah, something with Josh, right? Airplane Baby. You got it. Let's go.
Like he said, the last performance is by Airplane Baby. This up-and-coming band was formed in 2023, not long ago, for another diffusion similar to this, for a music tech forum project. And since then, they've stuck together. They've made 3 singles since, and they've recently came out with an EP called Take My Picture. It was released about 3 weeks ago, May 15th. And so they will be featuring not one, but 2 pieces from that EP. And yeah, since it's the last act of the night, are you ready?
Do you want to talk about what you did for your thesis project?
Sure. For my thesis project, I did a 5-song EP with my band Airplane Baby. And then the bulk of what I did was I tried to run a digital marketing campaign for the release. A lot of it was doing videos on social media and then also running different ad campaigns. Yeah, Diffusions, we're going to be performing 2 songs. Those are 2 songs from that EP.
So why did you choose to work on a marketing project?
I think it's super important for music. A lot of us focus on creating music, and then it's also like the next step is how do you market that and what sets you apart from other artists and how do you actually get heard once you've created your music. And I really wanted to learn more about that. It's also a career path that I'm interested in going down, so it was just kind of a good way to marry all those ideas.
Yeah. I saw some of the campaigns.
Hell yeah.
Pretty cool, pretty funny.
Thank you.
Was there a specific moment in your life that made you want to start writing music?
I was really inspired by my brother. Like growing up, he was recording music in his bedroom on Ableton, and then he kind of introduced me to it, and then I started songwriting in high school and bought a USB microphone and started singing in my bedroom.
Nice.
And yeah, it just kind of progressed ever since then and been going, making different types of music.
Hello, everyone. I'm Josh. Thank you all for being here. We had some technical difficulties with my earpiece, so give us like 1 minute, if that's okay. Luke's gonna play some stuff for you guys. He's good at that. Okay, let's do it. Thanks for bearing with us. It's very new. Okay, let's do it. All right. It's a couple of changes. Okay. The first song we're gonna be playing is called Camel. This one is from our EP. It's our first EP that we made with our band. We actually played our first ever show as a band together here at Diffusions. It was just like we were forced to make a band for the term, And then it led us to meeting a bunch of cool people and making a lot of cool songs. And yeah, so special place in my heart for Diffusions. I can't hear shit. Okay, let's do it.
We're wasting all of our time, but we don't wanna pay for it. I find compromise in my health, but later I'ma kill for it. So break my back in half if you say you recommend. But I'm glad I made you laugh, 'cause your love is hard to spend. And we can save our lives if you wanna be on mine. But I see under your eyes, you know that I'm terrified. In the end, at least we tried. Too damn hard to save it. Stay up late, sit and wait. I would not return. 'Cause I got drunk and I got tired, waiting at your front door. What a shame, sitting away, tired for someone else. We should drive back to your apartment, but I'm excited that you for it. Say you miss it when we first met, and I couldn't sleep from the heartache. Yeah, I love it when you look at me, can't talk. I love it when you speak to me. It's how it works. If you wanna save me, won't you save me? And we can save our lives if you wanna be on mine. But I see under your eyes, you know that I'm terrified. In the end, at least we tried. Too damn hard to save it. Stay up late, sit and wait. I will not return. 'Cause I got drunk and I got tired, waiting at your front door. What a shame, sit and wait. Tired of someone else. Said what a shame, sit and wait. Tired of someone else. I would rather spend my time tired of someone else.
Thank you.
All right, well, we got another one here.
All right.
This other one is off the EP as well. Definitely a little more upbeat.
Yeah, it's a little bit more upbeat. This song's about a chair. Thank you.
Favorite kind of chair?
It's my favorite type of chair.
special now, no. You ain't got nothing to prove you're getting what you want. So I'll keep loving you if you're got into, if you're out of tune with anybody. Love you if you're got into, if you're out of tune with anybody. And if your head's held high, whisper like our voices are gone, yeah. And we'll deny anything we said on those lawn chairs. Before our time, they would say we had the shit all square. So I keep loving you if you're got into, if you're out of tune with anybody. Loving you if you're got into, if you're out of tune with anybody. Take all your time. Yeah, I'll be alright.
Thank you. I think that's it for Diffusions. Thank you everyone for being here. Get home safe. One more song! Hell yeah. Okay. We're gonna do one more song if that's okay. We didn't plan on doing one more song, but we're gonna do one more if that's okay. Okay, this next song we're playing is Radio song. Radio. All right. Our drummer can't hear, so if we mess up, we mess up. Thank you.
7 for 7. Oh, that's a single silver sprite. Plays a mention. Yeah, crazy is for Russia, but he's singing at the moon. When he said he met Johnny, he played with the Rolling Stones. But when he's spinning late at night, it's his own originals. He sang a Trolletta and he wrote with Billy Joel. But when he's spinning late at night, it's his own original. The bad shift is over, kicked him to the curb, sent him home and broke again. He still has his worth. He's got plans to travel the world, maybe a flashing light, ride along with his big brother. Maybe it's Friday night. He said that he met Johnny and he played with the Rolling Stones. When he's spinning late at night, it's his own originals. He sang a Trolletta and he wrote with Billy Joel. When he's spinning late at night, it's his own original. Spinning late at night, it's his own originals. He sang Trolletta and he wrote with Billy Joel. When he's spinning late at night, it's his own original.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Can we get out one last time for all the performers tonight? Also, shout outs to everybody in Tech Crew, in Soundbox, backstage, elsewhere that are helping. Give them a hand. There's one more thing I would like to say before I conclude this. My fellow MC Chris has a short film playing right outside the concert hall. It'll be awesome if you could support her and watch it. For those that are required to be here because of a class, those in Music 111, I have a sign-up sheet courtesy of Dr. Fick. I'll place it right here. For those in Music 113, please find Blake. And those in Music 495, go see Steve. I'd like to thank you all for being here to support us performers, support everyone here. Thank you, and have a good night.
They all lived happily ever after. Each of us has a dream, a heart's desire. It calls to us, and when we're brave enough to listen and bold enough to pursue, that dream will lead us on a journey to discover who we're meant to be. All we have to do is look inside our hearts and unlock the magic within.